Hi, welcome back everyone to 55 Days of Christ Consciousness. This is day 47, and this journey is inspired by the Christ Consciousness Self-Mastery deck created by Amanda Ellis and illustrated by Jane Delaford Taylor. So as you can see, we're almost through the deck in this 55-day journey, but those of you just joining us, you can find the prior videos saved on YouTube. And no, you can come back to these at any time. There's no timestamp on it because as you grow, you relate to these energies differently and you can expand within them and get to the depth of what these energies are and mean within you as you integrate your Christ consciousness energies within you. I'm Gina, Soul Inspired Reflections, and it's always an honor to support you along your journey and as we are all growing, ascending in our own soul time. So welcome. As I'm shuffling these last few cards together, be sure to take a breath in and ground yourself. Feel into your body, your emotional state, your mental state, and just allow them to come into harmony in your heart center as you connect to your I am presence. And I'm going to have a little sip of hot chocolate this evening. Pardon my slurp. Let's go ahead and just light a little bit of sage to clear the space that we are in and creating together, connecting heart to heart, I am presence to I am presence. Go ahead and activate your pillar of light around you so that only your energy comes in and through your energetic field. As any of us are coming into our self-mastery, part of mastering your light body is very important. Using various tools like the pillar of light, also known as the 12-dimensional shield, your violet flame activations, a white ray of purity, grounding, and connecting to the heart, your I am presence in the heart of the universe, and the ability to begin to discern energies that are no longer in resonance with the 5-dimensional energies or above. Because some of you may be holding higher frequency energies and you want the rest of your body, your light body, your chakra system, your auric field, that's all part of your light body, and the Merkaba to all be at the same resonance and higher. All these things occur simultaneously as you purify, ascend, and alchemize, right? Sometimes we need to accelerate our divine feminine energy, right? Sometimes we need to balance it in with our higher energy, our masculine energy. Sometimes we just need to begin to really pay attention to how we master and work with these energies that make up our light body and also our physical form, right? Or your physical form. And remember that your body is a body elemental. So you are in constant communication with it. It starts to develop at conception and it knows your soul history. So just keep that in mind as you are walking this journey of life, a soul in physical form. You're purifying your soul, meaning any energetic imprints that got laid on you energetically that moved you, I guess, further away from your essence, the purity of the Akasha, pure energy, which you are returning to, right? So you're shedding these layers, these imprints, these, some people will say false blueprints. They're just imprints that have got laid upon your own essence. So how might you begin to foster a new relationship with what that means for you as you recognize the events of your life? It's information, right? It doesn't define you and your essence. You're returning to your essence, and these were experiences that perhaps brought you closer to your essence in some way. and taught you some lessons, some strength, some wisdom as you navigated this earthly realm, and now has brought you here into your own self-mastery of energy. And what does that mean to be in your purest state available to you right now as you integrate Christ consciousness into the physical form of your body, right? That requires a purification process. It requires self-mastery of the energies of the universe that you are, the energies of God that you are, the light of God that you are, and that I am, and that lives within every living thing and universe, known and unknown to us. And how might you, with this Christ consciousness deck of self-mastery, return to your heart center and begin to still expand these energies within you as you practice these qualities within yourself over and over again, and recognize, wow, I used to operate this way, and now that's so much easier for me now. And you'll see it organically in your day-to-day, in your waking life, in your working life, in your relationships with home, family, yourself, right? You must show yourself all these qualities as well and allow it all to come into harmony. And through the breath is so important as you integrate these qualities of light. And remember, as you connect to your soul, your heart, your I am presence. All right, let's see which card would like to be read on today, this evening. And we'll go through all of them, of course, if you're newly joining. It's harder to shuffle when there's such a few left. Let's see. All right, we'll just take the one that's on top, which is freedom. It fell out in a big clump. So freedom. I love this balloon. It reminds me of Albuquerque, New Mexico, because they have the hot balloon festival, right? And such a sacred place of energy that is. What is it? The land of enchantment, right? And here we are with the freedom card. Just be you. Just be you. But let's go ahead and take in this land of enchantment, if you will, as we invoke even maybe the energies of New Mexico. What's there for you to support you in your ascension process, in your spiritual growth, your energetic growth, your self-mastery, and bringing in your Christ consciousness energies. There's such beautiful energy there and in the land. And look at all those colors and freedom of this hot air balloon. And there's others along with you on your journey. And it's kind of reminding me too, I think it's in Japan. I could be wrong, when they create the lanterns with light, and then the light, they take them up into the night sky, and so beautiful that, it's illuminating. And it's freedom, right? Because we all look up in awe, like, oh, and there's a sense of peace. When you're in freedom, you have such a different perspective of life, right? Because when you get this view, this bird's eye view, if you will, over the landscape, you get a sense of this whole different dimension. The perspective changes and shifts. The peace comes in. I know for myself, when I fly and I am looking out the window, if I happen to choose a window seat, it's just so peaceful. And I could see all the patterns of the land in a totally different way. I could see the cars moving if it's closer to where we can see the roads, where everything looks kind of like ants just moving about. When you get to a place where you can hold this higher vision from the I am presence, the monadic presence, and you can look down at everything, you can find the peace within it. You can see all the puzzles. This is what people do when they access their Akashic record, right? They get a sense of all the pieces involved, even the people, and what lesson may be brought forth to harmonize, or what wisdom is being brought forth within your own record. right? From a higher perspective, from your I am presence, from the purest place available to you. So how might that give you such freedom as you learn to look and experience life through the highest lens available to you? And how might you work that in, right? Because you're having the human experience, what's filled with emotions, filled with the analytical mental mind. But when we reverse it and really bring in that heart-centered way through the I am presence, where we come back to divine will that lives within you, the God's divine will that is part of you, that is you, and the love frequency. And how might we bring in the illumination of the situations that we walk through? How might that give you freedom too? It gives you freedom from your emotions controlling you. It gives you freedom from the mental body weighing over and over and over again. It gives you freedom of your physical body, taking that in, right? You're learning to harmonize and recognize the meaning of those energies, because it's energy giving you information, right? Through the physical body, through contraction and relaxation, where you might feel it actually in a point of the body or internally, right? Your emotions coming up, the mental body. And then when you can drop in to the depth of your heart and get the freedom of the I am presence, looking over everything with your head held up and within you, there's a stillness that occurs in the air, in the ether, because you're all the colors, right? Look how magnificent rainbow colors this is. When you tap into your enchanted self, your magical self, your power, your godlike power that can bring peace and illumination to you. And how do you bring that in? Because eventually this balloon will land, right? There's a fire inside it where you can raise and lower it. So how might you bring this peaceful energy, this expanded perspective into your daily life, right? I was recently talking to a friend of mine we were talking about Sedona and sacred sites. And I said, yeah, we're not truly meant to be living in sacred sites. We're meant to go there, get these activations, connect with this higher vibrational energy within the planet's grids that the universe brings into the planet and then brings into us as we work with specific areas of the land, even just by our mere presence. And then we take those energies back home to our day-to-day life and spread it through just being ourselves, right? When we go on retreat and exploration, we have the ability to connect to nature, connect to ourselves, connect to the stars, to the universe. How might you get that vision, that landscape, and bring that back into your day-to-day when eventually you land your feet back on the ground, right? Because as you connect to higher ways of being, the ether, it's a lot of air energy, right? It's so important to still be grounded into the energy of the earth and anchor that energy in through as the conduit of light that comes through you, comes in and through you. Because just as high as you can soar, remember, as above and so below, it's important to keep your unseen feet on the ground. You stay in physical body at the same time as you are expanding and bringing down as you're ascending and bringing the energies of the heavens descend down into you, right? To not get lost in the air, right? Because when you work with the elementals of air, the selves, you can command that air energy can also, when not stable, I'll say, when we're not balanced in the foundation, has the potential, I'll say, everything's potential to really cause disorientation, right? That would not move you toward freedom if you're disoriented, right? However, when you build your foundations. And you can step freely into this air element and into the ethers without fear, with grace, with a full knowing in your heart and a freedom in your breath. Your chest expands. That childlike wonder can come in as well. And you are just free to create, to be yourself. There's no worries here. There's no worries here at all. Right? Bring that trust, that faith, that vision into every area of your life, into your tribe, right? Into your root, into your relationships as you climb up the energetic ladder of your chakra system, right? Into your personal power, the freedom, right? Knowing it's through the love of your heart. And bring that freedom in every area that you have a strong sense of tribe and community, where whoever you meet, you are free to be yourself and you're not worried. The worries are no longer there. Okay. Your one-on-one relationship with yourself, your and other things in your life, your growth, your work, your family, the people in your life. It doesn't matter what it is, you fill in the blank, and there's freedom to be you. You don't have to fight with it. It's okay if others don't see you or hear you, but you're still free to be you, right? You're still free to be you, and you can see the larger landscape on how you can relate with people from the highest place available to you, and also be able to see where they are at in themselves. What great freedom is that when you begin to master that awareness, that discernment, that ability to be Christ consciousness energies in action, in love, in the way you perceive the highest good of all and see the light in everyone, no matter where they are at in their own personal growth. It will no longer matter what level they are at or what frequency they're vibrating at. When you have this freedom of vision and higher perspective, when you can hold it and bring it in, and you become the walking master, where everyone will feel your attentiveness. Everyone will feel your love, your grace, even if it's from a distance. Even if it's from a distance. You're bringing those qualities down to the earth. And you will always fly. You will always fly and be you. You're always free to be you. There's no worries anymore. There's the trust, the faith, the integration of love. Let's see what the card has to share with us. And it is number 38. For those of you that look up the numerology, that comes to what? An 11, which is Metatron's number. Oh, I've landed on it first time out. Beautiful. Okay. So let's see what these energies have to share with us, with you. And of course, if it's not fully in resonance with you, that's quite all right. Pay attention to that too, because there may be something within yourself being drawn to the surface, or just take what you need and leave the rest, or maybe just the rest will come later for you. You never know. Okay. So Jesus's energy is one of freedom. As a man over 2,000 years ago, he broke away from many of the expected traditions, the norms of his day. To some, he was a revolutionary, to others, a threat. But for many, he quenched their appetite to move beyond old structures, thoughts, and goals. He saw beyond what already existed and was a trailblazer for new ways. Holding Christ consciousness will see you too as someone who pushes against that which is unjust, as well as asking you to stand up for those who are forgotten and ignored. You will be asked to see the higher picture, be the better person, be able to let things go and detach where necessary from that which does not serve you, often going against the crowd to do so. All of this is helped by embodying a free sense of being And it is important to remember that this is also a state of mind, not always an actual external expression. In other circumstances, we can be free even when imprisoned by circumstances beyond our control or shackled in some other form. For example, political oppression, financial restriction, or physical incapacity. And this is very true. When your mind and heart are free, nothing can take away your freedom. When you think about people that have been imprisoned, think of like someone like Nelson Mandela, the impact he's had on the world. Someone who physically cannot move out of their body, like I believe Stephen Hawking's, right? A great physicist, if I'm remembering correctly, and he had to speak through like technology helped him speak, but it didn't limit his perception. It didn't limit his ability to create and be with the universe and God, right? And that he was not limited by his body, right? Because you are not your body. There's so much power that comes from within. Even people that are politically oppressed, or even going through sadly things of genocide that occur, you can still be free. You can still be free. Okay. True freedom is linked into holding the peace that Christ consciousness teaches, having no malice, staying in alignment to hearts, and knowing that our lives are eternal and we are divinely loved. In addition, freedom lies in grasping that you are truly a child of the universe. Your soul cannot be contained by any one experience or incarnation, and there are multiple times of excursions to discover all that is to be human. Indeed, God wishes you to have free rein to explore as much as you can, and has given us senses through which to do that. You may be in a situation, relationship, or job where you don't feel free, but the lesson is that this is illusion. You are where you are meant to be for what you are currently learning, but you always have the key to change anything, and like the bird in the cage, can fly out and be free. The flight of freedom occurs when you have moved beyond what no longer serves you. They acknowledged its reason for being present and the learning acquired. I'm going to reread that line. This flight of freedom occurs when you have moved beyond what no longer serves you and acknowledged its reason for being present and the learning acquired. Okay, that's bringing in that higher perspective. Higher perspective. You're going beyond the human experience when you do this. Okay. Having a bird's eye view of your life can clearly show you the parts that are worn out or needing attention. This can also include how we treat ourselves. Are we imprisoned by destructive habits and behaviors, routines, and our own negative thoughts? If we can adopt a new course of action, then new outcomes can be found and healing discovered. Your spirit wishes to break free. Your spirit wishes to break free, to register as much as possible every day, to make an impact on others and enjoy all there is to be savored, because life is meant to be joyous. Life is meant to be joyous. So remember, I remind clients all the time, go have fun. Go do something fun. Freedom is also about discarding what others expect you to be and embracing all you are, including the age and life stage you are at, your needs, and more. You may be living someone else's script of how your life should be via a job, belief system, persona, or anything else. Release it now and any guilt, as when we have surrendered, we find ourselves in flow and will be taken to where we need to go. Just as the hot air balloons ride the thermal to navigate the journey, Be like the balloon that travels safely with a light load, not weighed down by excess baggage. It has the ability to soar as well as the ability to come in for a soft landing, replete from its experience and enjoyable excursions. That is really beautiful, right? Lighten your load, right? Because if remember the hot air balloons have the sacks that you let go of, and then it's easier for them to the sacks of weight that you let go of, and then you start to lift off the ground, and then as you expel the heat in the air, it rises, right? And it's a beautiful example because it's still grounded but untethered, right? It's a grounding but untethered, right? So like I was talking about before, when we work with the ether in the air, it can have the potential to be disoriented. But the balloon here, the hot air balloon, reminds us that it can be ease and graceful and a warm landing, a gentle landing, because you're untethered but still grounded within this whole experience. So what beautiful reminder of freedom to be you we have today. Okay, so much love to you, and we'll see you on, I believe, day 48. And remember to like and share this video. And you never know who may need to hear any of this, so like it anyway, even if you were unsure about some aspects of it, right? Because everyone gets something different. Much love to all of you. Have a really, really blessed day.